my people. So that you said that they put millions of my households. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my households. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Was never expected to grow. Just obstacle sat in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, save facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. May fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the damn our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right. Yeah. Shalom, Israel. Yahabashim Yashar Brakatham. Yahushamal Bashim Yahshua is priest and also Tawashah with the ISUPK side of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. Been teaching the truth since 1969. As y'all know already, today's a Tuesday night brotherhood class every single Tuesday, broadcast live from Orlando, Florida, breaking down these scriptures, all right? If you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Usually I will have questions set up for y'all. But who was the winner last week? I think it was Young Man Lewis. I think Young Man Lewis is the one that won questions last week. All right, I just be here, but not here. Most High in Christ. Well, if I could get somebody on here to help a brother out to read or whatnot, I'm sure y'all can see the title and what today's topic is going to be. I know we broadcasting a little later than usual, but I can guarantee you it's not enough time in the day for a priest. Guarantee that. Let me post the sign-in link. That's what I didn't do. There it goes. Also, let me post. I'll be on in a second. The water priest. Let me post the sign-in as well. There you go. Big up, big up. Y'all give it up. Newly raised precinct officer Kanat. What's going on, boy?
Hey,
And
Shalom. Y'all
Brad.
back from the Shabbat sir. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, but she's look at that. You ready to teach? I'm gonna just
Nah,
sit back today.
I'll be your
God,
wingman today.
most high Christ. As you can see, man, I'm gonna need your help, man. Listen, I'm the nigga been running around like a chicken with his head cut off, boy. But I'm here though. I'm here.
Another
You know
one
what I
coming,
mean?
sir.
Not enough time in the day for real, man. But yeah, let's get it rocking and rolling. Let's not waste too much time, I guess. I forgot who was the winner of last week, man. If you remember, if you was the winner, I think it was Lewis that was the winner of last week questions. Lewis, if you're on here, post your Cash App in the YouTube chat. All right. So I'm sure y'all can see the title. Why Black people should not care about establishing the Jewish state, nor should we care about Palestinian liberation. Right now, of course, this is a global event that's going on that most people is hearing about, catching the news and seeing what's going down, and it's a huge event. It's a huge thing that's transpiring on this earth. Now, of course, would it have its effects on the community? Of course it will. You know what I mean? You said Palestine should be free. Why is that? All right, Maxie. Let me ask you a question then, Max, right? Or MXII, right? How do we free Palestine? How do we do that? All right. Palestine should be free. Can you explain to me, MXXII, how do you accomplish that? How do you free Palestine? Explain it. Right? We say these things. We say free Palestine. Well, how do you get it done then? What does free Palestine look like? And our people should own Israel. Well, explain to me. How do you get it done? Or is this a trend? Is just a trend that we use, a hashtag free Palestine? It says by continuing the war till Israel lose their power, right? What you don't understand is that land that Israel is bombing Hamas over, and Hamas is bombing Israel over, and this continual conflict that's been going on for years over on that region, right? What y'all don't understand that land belongs neither to the Palestinians nor does it belong to the so-called Jewish man, right? And by you trying to fight a war against these Jewish people, right? I'm here to hip you to something. Right? These people get funded by the US by the billions. By the billions, right? They get funded by the US by the billions. They have the most advanced weaponry, military weapons known on this earth, right? They got a whole Iron Dome protecting their region, right? Protecting that land, right, of Israel. If Hamas is thinking that they can go to war against these people, man, you sadly mistaken. All right. All right. You want to free Palestine, right? But you don't even know the basics of it. You want to get the Palestinians killed. That's what you really want to do, right? You out here talking about free Palestine, but you setting them up for a suicide mission. Free Palestine. Right? And whatever happened to negotiating, right? What about turning the other cheek? Whatever happened to love? MXXII. Iran and Lebanon are trying to help. Well, you better call who you can. Call Iran. If you got Iran on speed dial, I suggest you call them. Who else? You better call Putin. Hell, you better call China. Call somebody. You know what I mean? Call whoever you need to call. Right? What you don't understand, what's happening in Palestine and between Palestine and Israel is prophesied in the Bible. Right? I'm gonna go get it. And Joel, if I could, let me get Joel chapter 3 real quick. Right? I'm gonna help you to something. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna read out the Bible how to free Palestine. All right. Now, the reason behind the title of this class is to let Black people know the disingenuous hypocrisy of the whole earth, including Palestinians and including Jewish people, right? How could we ever fight and join the Palestinians when we as a people are not even free ourselves,
So like,
right? Go ahead.
no, I'll just let you know, sir. I got it. The scripture. Whenever you're
Okay,
ready. Come on.
the water word, real quick. And I just want to mention as well, too, it's a great hypocrisy for everybody to stand behind Palestine, right? Because they're in fear of uh, um, a ethnic cleanse that's being done in that landmass, right? Well, guess what? In America, the same thing has happened over here on this side of the world, on the Western Hemisphere, right? Native Indians used to own the land called what is called now America. They used to own this land, right? Where are the Native Indians today? Where they at now? You will find majority of them suffering with alcoholism, dying of suicide, and a numerous rate of missing women in the reservations. That's where you'll find them at, right? But don't nobody stand up and speak against the ethnic cleansing that's going on this side with the Native Indians. But as soon as a Palestinian get, a couple bad days, couple, rainy days, all of a sudden we should stand and say, free Palestine. For what? Right? How about Palestine? Call Iran. That's what they should do. Call Iran, call Lebanon, but don't call black people. Don't call us. Don't call Negroes. Don't call Native Indians, man. Do not call Native Indians. Do not call Hispanics. What you need to do is call Iran and Lebanon. They might help you. You know what I'm saying? But for us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we should not pay no attention, nor should we get involved in this conflict between Israel and Palestine. All right? Because what's going on has been prophesied over thousands of years ago, and this war is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. I'm here to tell you, Palestinians, if you're tuning in, or if you're pro-Palestinian, or you're pro-Jewish, or you're pro-Israeli, I'm here to hip you to something. This war that has been enacted and that's been established by Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government will not stop until both sides are wiped out. Right? You're witnessing the beginning of the end of the control of the Israeli rule over the land of Israel. Right? What God is getting ready to do is to evict both of y'all out of that land. This is your eviction notice. Right? Your eviction notice is World War III. All right? That is your eviction notice. Get yourself prepared. And I'm going to read it for you in the Bible. All right? Go ahead, Soda.
So like, sir, you wanted chapter 3, what verse?
You can start at verse 1.
Come. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
In those days, in that time. So this is a future prophecy that's going to happen, that's going to come to pass, right? Do not Palestinians base their beliefs off of Abrahamic belief? Abraham is a major figure in the Bible, right? So all of them, some sort, have a sense of connection to the Bible, right? So if you understand any belief that's out there, you can understand the words that's in this book, right, comes from God, right, comes from the descendants of Abraham, right? And the chosen people of God are the Israelites, right? And this is a prophecy given to the Israelites, given to Judah, which is one of the tribes of Israelites, given to the rest of the tribes, all the 12 tribes of Israel, right? That what's going to happen in the future, right? Read on.
Come. I will also gather all nations
Mm-hmm.
and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
You gonna bring them where?
into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
All right. I don't listen. What type your name is? So I gotta keep on saying that, right? MXXII, right? Can you tell me where the valley of Jehoshaphat is at? You said Benjamin is the devil. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is the devil, right? So is all of y'all, right? Israel just bombed a hospital full of people, like 500 dead. I mean, that's a sad state, right? That is a sad state to be in, right? But I cannot feel sorry for them when my people has been through far more worse and
Right,
still haven't given any sense of liberation. At
right,
least they have a political party that can defend them. That's at least the what Hamas has. I mean, Palestinians has, right? They have a political party, right? Right? They elected Hamas to be the heads over them, right? And Hamas is willing to take it to whatever extent they need to take it to defend their people from being wiped out off of that land. But for
right.
our people, black people, we are left with no defense in America, right? When three of us get shot in the Dollar General, you know what we're supposed to do? Just cry about it. That's what we're supposed to do. Just cry, weep, and beg. That's it. Go ahead. So you gonna say something?
Oh, no, it's a lot. I didn't say that.
To like
Oh, okay. God, I thought you said something. My bad. Go ahead, Johnny.
cry and weep and say Black Lives Matter.
That's all we can do. That's it. You know, we just cry and feel sad about it, and then guess what? A new Cardi B song is gonna come out. We're gonna forget all about it. You know what I mean? That's all we could do. We could just smile and dance the pain away. You know, sing the pain away. That's all we could do. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have no defense. We don't have no military style group that's willing to back us in our time of trouble. You get what I'm saying? But the Palestinians, right? They have a whole regime that's willing to stand up for them. And when we was going through it, that regime ain't never backed us up. Right? No Palestinians was saying hashtag free Negroes, hashtag free the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody was saying that.
Right.
Right? But we supposed to, jump at the chance of wanting to be in solidarity with you for what? Too many of us are dying already. They don't need to be any more of us dying. You get what I'm saying? You got any more?
Come.
Mm-hmm.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage,
Right.
Israel.
Plead with them there for my people and my heritage, Israel. MXII, you still ain't tell me where the Valley of Jehoshaphat is at. And if you don't know, it's all good. Oh, you said you don't know. My bad. You said I don't know. Facts. All right. So the Valley of Jehoshaphat is found in southern Israel. That's where the Valley of Jehoshaphat is at. Southern Israel. Jehoshaphat was a king of Israel at one point, the king of Judah, right? At one point, right? And he created for himself, right, a valley in the southern part of Israel, right? Now, can you tell me, MXXII, where is the Gaza Strip located in the land of Israel? All right. Hayward, I'm gonna read this while we wait for the answer. Hayward said tens of thousands of black people died in the Middle Passage. Facts, right? Just being the sale alone, from the western portion of Africa to the shores of America, over what 77 million black people
Mhm.
died just off of the trip alone. You get what I'm saying?
Son.
You know what I'm saying? And this is something that we must not forget about, right? Why you fighting over 1,000-year-old land, right? And telling your people that they should not forget about their heritage and their history. On this side of the world, we're often taught to forget about slavery, to forget about the lives that was lost off of the transatlantic slave trade, to forget about the lives that was lost in the plantation, or even after slavery was abolished, right? Y'all fighting over this on who was here the longest on that landmass and all of that stuff. Well, we're taught not even to hold on to an ounce of our culture. So what makes you think I have to say that, forget that. Forget finding out who I am. Forget finding out how many of my people died and all the suffering that we went through. And now I got to be concerned with Palestinians? It makes no sense, man. It
To lock
makes
you,
no
sir.
sense. Go ahead.
And if I may,
Go ahead,
I
sir.
was watching some on the tube, and it was like having a rememoration of 9/11,
Mm,
and they were showing like all the background stuff, what was going on, like how they got together the intel and got all the information, and plus how they snuck into another people's country, another
mm.
person's land, got Osama bin Laden and got out of there. They
Look
broke
at
all kind of rules to get Osama bin Laden and got up out of there. Now, if
mm-hmm.
somebody would have did that to America, when they did, it was a 12-year war. They killed millions of Afghanistan people for 2,000 people.
Mm-hmm. God. Yep, you're exactly right, Roy. You know what I'm saying? This is something that they did behind, wanting to stand for the justice of their people, right? And our people ain't never found no justice for what we've
Right,
been through.
sir.
You know what I
Concern.
mean?
That's what I was saying, sir. So, like, if I
God.
may, I was gonna say, like,
Mm-hmm.
they went all out to get justice for those people. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? But they tell us to forget about our people, forget about our heritage, forget about slavery. They trying to take it out of school, but every year on September 9/11, you got to remember what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every year.
Yep. Yep. You're exactly right, man. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta remember 9/11, right? They got a whole national holiday based upon the independence of America, right? When America declared their independence, right? Not necessarily gotten their independence, but declared their independence to new to England, right? And each year we celebrate in remembrance of that day, right? But here we are. What day was Negroes freed on? Where's our Independence Day? Right? We fighting for Palestinians to be free, but nigga, we even got an Independence Day. We not even free. That's why we don't have our Independence Day. You know what I mean? Neither do we even know our Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? Because we are still slaves in America, right? It's a waste of time and it's very counterproductive and very, and very much of an insult to our ancestors for thinking that we have to be in solidarity with some people that never ever gave a damn about us or even went through the things that we went through. You get what I'm saying? As black people, we have to make sure we are concerned with our own. All right. So MXXII said in the South. Yes, the Gaza Strip is in the South. And the Valley of the Jehoshaphat is also in the South, in the southern region of Israel. And the Bible just said what he's going to do in the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Come. I will and plead with them for my people and
Mm-hmm.
for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
They have done what?
Scattered among the nations and parted my land.
The Lord said he's going to gather all nations to the southern part of Israel, and there he's going to plead with them for my people. What does that mean when he says he's going to plead with them for my people?
So lucky.
Go ahead.
Does that mean like he gonna bring judgment on them?
Mm-hmm.
He got something to he getting payback.
The facts. You know what I
He
mean?
ain't talking. It's
God,
action.
facts. They all gonna have to answer for what they did. Right? The Lord is the reason why this war is happening in the southern part of Israel. Because we're reading about it in the Bible when it was written down thousands of years ago.
Right.
Thousands of years ago, it was prophesied that a war would break out in the Middle East. and it's for the liberation of not Palestinians or not for the establishment of the Jewish state, but for the liberation of God's true chosen people. Now, MXXII, do you know who God's chosen people are? Can you tell me who God's chosen people are? All right. In the meantime, can you read on Officer Canuck?
Concert. And they have cast lots for my people.
And they did what?
Cast lots for my people.
What does that mean? Cast lots. What does that mean?
Look,
Go ahead.
what that mean? Like they sold us for money.
Which is true, right? But when they cast lots, what does that mean? Like, what's a lot? Cast of lots.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It mean like they had they like had bidding wars for people. Like they like the auction blocks, like the same thing they do. Um, uh, Same thing, sort of like what they do in the NFL. How they had a Columbine and
Mm-hmm.
trying to see who's the strongest Negro, who's the fastest Negro. Like you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They did that with us. They
Yeah.
cast lots for us. They was auctioning us off.
Kind of. That's exactly right, boy. You know what I mean? They made deals. They made deals amongst each other. Like, I'll get this, you get that, let them work here, we'll let them work there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand the transatlantic slave trade was a global effort, right? At one point, this was the world economy. At one point, like, this was not no isolated incident to where a few white men in Europe decided to build a boat and enslave a couple hundred black people. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it went down. Like, this was on a grand scale level. Well, multiple countries, European countries, set up and making sure slaves was properly transported, slaves was insured. You know what I'm saying? What plantation they worked for, what crops they had to work for, and what was being shipped back for goods to Europe. All of that was documented. It was a world economic system. This is how they all got rich and wealthy, right? At one point, the British was down economically, right? The French as well too. The Spanish also. You know what I'm saying? They was all doing bad. Now, how is it that they're wealthy today? Right? They all became wealthy through this transatlantic slave trade. Right? And they needed multiple cargo ships. Not just one. It was multiple cargo ships. Who's going to build these ships? Where are they going to find the wood? Somebody has to hew the wood. Somebody has to put these huge ships together. Right? Somebody has to gather up, you know what I mean, the slaves. Somebody has to dock them on the ship. Somebody has to actually sail the ship all the way across the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, this was a global effort. Somebody was in charge of each thing that they needed, each necessity that was needed in order to make this happen. You know what I mean? And they made plenty of numerous deals and getting rich and wealthy off of the blood, sweat, and tears of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? Well, guess what? God has not forgotten about that. He didn't forget about that. He's seen what's been going on. Right? Read on.
Come. And they have cast lots for my people,
Mm-hmm.
and have given a boy for a harlot.
They have done what?
Given a boy for a harlot.
All right. See, MXXII still ain't telling me who God's chosen people is. All right. Because not everybody can be chosen, unfortunately. I don't know, as much as y'all want it to be so, not everybody can be chosen. All right. Well, I'm going to help you out. At one point, that land called Israel now, in time past, was known as the land of Palestine. Right? That land used to belong to so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know why?
That's right.
Because we are the Israelites. according to the Bible. This is who we are by identity, right? Our bloodline traced back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And his 12 sons, right? This is who we are blood descendants of. And prior to all this conflict was going on the earth today, right? It was well known and established that this land belonged to the 12 tribes of Israel, right? It wasn't until 70 AD, right? General Titus of the Roman Empire forced the Israelites out of that land, forced God's chosen people out of that region and pushed them further west and pushed them further south. And they migrated to lands like Egypt and to the western part of Africa. You get what I'm saying? And trying to blend in with the people of that land, right? Because the Israelites are dark-skinned people with pigmentation, with melanin, brown skin, right? These same brown skin that was existing in that land for thousands of years until the time of 70 AD, right, had to migrate to another land to where they can blend in with those people, right, that with similar skin colors, right? So in that land is where we dwelled at for a couple of years until the so-called Europeans gathered us and brought us here to America as slaves, right? This is our history. This is who we are, right? And the Bible told us that one day that the Lord is going to give us justice for what we've been through, for being kicked out of that land, for y'all casting lots and dividing us and putting us in slavery and wiping out our history. You know what the Lord decided to do? He said, you know what? I'm going to have a great fight, a great big battle. And in this battle, everybody's going to get evicted off of this land. Everybody who don't belong on this land will be evicted. And if you could, Baba Kashab, Officer Itazal, can you pull up Damona, Israel, and the mass deportation that they did a couple of years back? Right? So we can pull up some more hypocrisy of Palestinians and Jewish people.
So you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
You're a little bit low, though, boy. All right.
What about now? It's better?
A little bit. If you want to turn it up a little bit more.
What about now?
God, that's the wild.
Is it low though? Like it should be blasting through your speakers.
I don't know. Maybe because it's
Maybe because what about now?
I'm on the phone too.
What about you? Cannot you can hear me? Officer cannot.
Come on, sir, but you sound like you kind of like far away a little bit. You clear,
All right,
but it did like you far away.
It might be something about me. But all right, come on, I'm gonna pull it up.
God, throw out the word. If you can just pull that up, right? Because a lot of people don't understand who God's chosen people are or who this land belongs to, right? All you got to do is look for the people that matches up with what we're reading about, all right? Never has the Jewish man ever been scattered. Never has he ever been put into slavery. Ain't nobody was casting lots for him. Right? He owns Hollywood. He owns the banks. He owns the Diamond District. He owns the NBA. He owns the music industry. If anything, he's casting lots on your head. Right? He owns the real estate in your hood. All the gentrification that's going on in the black community, guess who's doing it? Right? This is by the so-called chosen, right? The so-called chosen, right? But it comes to find out they are not really chosen because they don't match up the scriptures of his Bible, right?
So
if you could, go ahead, soldier.
Oh, and just to bank on that, what you saying, sir, like the so-called Levites in a time when them Jewish people were being oppressed in their land, they opened up their gates, opened up their borders,
Mm-hmm.
and told them to come to Haiti.
Look at that.
And a lot of them flee to Haiti. But they don't tell you that. They don't discuss that how the real chosen people of the Lord tried to assist them in their time of need. But and now look at what's going on in Haiti now. Where's the payback?
Facts. They can't even build a
Like,
damn canal without being harassed. You get what I'm saying? Like you can they don't have no good running water in Haiti. So they're trying to build themselves a canal. But they're getting so much pushback for simply trying to feed themselves and help them with the needs, the necessity that they need. But where's Palestine at? Where they at? Right? Where the Jewish man at?
So like
Right? This has nothing to do with us. Go ahead, soldier.
the brothers and sisters in Dominican Republic, they can't even fish over there. They can't even
Mm-hmm.
fish in the waters that's literally like a couple feet away from them.
You know what I mean? They can't even fish over there. But yet they have a land, right? They have a occupied, it may be occupied, but it's still theirs. It's still a land, right? But still in all, we supposed to pray for these people for their liberation. It's no use of doing that if we not liberated ourselves, right? You got that Itazar?
Come on.
If you could pull the article up and what did it say?
It says, after decades of struggle in Israel, dozens of African Hebrew Israelites face deportation.
Face what?
Deportation.
They face deportation. When was this article written on?
This was April. This was published July 21st, 2023.
All right. All right. You know what I'm saying? 2023, you said?
Yes.
All right. Not too long ago, they was kicking them out. Kicking out these black people that went over there during what, the 70s and the 60s? Went over there and trying to establish themselves, right? And knowing that they are the chosen people of God. And in true Edomite fashion, right, is trying to deport these people after being there for hundreds of years. All right. But yet, we are supposed to believe, you know what I'm saying, that these people give a damn about us. We are supposed to believe that they care about us, that they have us in their best interests. Meanwhile, our people is going over there trying to establish themselves, you know what I mean, because that land belongs to us.
right.
All right. Now God is getting ready to deport them. See how things work? Things always go in full circle, y'all. You know what I mean? They trying to deport the real chosen people of God. Well, guess what? Now God is deporting them.
Right.
Right? And this is going to happen through World War III. All right. Read on.
They have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for a wine.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea.
Mm-hmm.
And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
All the coast of who?
Palestine.
Oh man, look at that! Listen, I didn't make. Did we write this, Canuck? I don't know. It seems like
Well, you know, our ancestors wrote it.
right. You know what I mean? But we ourselves, you know what I mean, on the other hand, didn't write this, man. You know what I'm saying? This was on this earth thousands of years before I ever was born. Before I even knew what a Palestine was.
Right, sir.
The Bible said that the Lord is going to judge y'all right there in that land. the southern part of Israel. You said Salakia also cannot.
Sir, I was gonna say that unless you were in the ISUPK, this book would never come alive to you.
Mm.
You would never make sense of what's going on. Like the Lord answers every question, every doubt, everything in this book, in these records, in this history about everything that happened to us and what's going to happen.
Mm.
You can't deny it. You can't deny who is this for?
Facts. You can't deny it. Can't deny it at all, man. The proof is in the pudding. It's right there. It's right in front of your face. All right? God is speaking directly to the so-called Jewish man and the so-called Palestinian. Anybody who's on that land that has no right in being in that land, God is speaking directly to them. And because what they done unto us, God is going to render it back unto them. And that is justice according to God. Hospitals being blown up is justice according to God. I know it's a tragedy. It's terrible. Don't nobody want their loved ones to die in some hospital or to be hit with a missile, be bombed away in some terrorist attack. I completely understand. But what y'all seem to forget or choose to ignore is what y'all did unto us as a people. And that's where the problem is. You know what it's like? It's like somebody that's like a bully that goes around on the playground and bully everybody. And then when somebody finally socks them in the face, they all start crying and running to the teacher. All right. And the teacher come back and punish. That's how the oppressor is. Right? You bullied everybody on the playground.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And the Lord is getting ready to sock you in the mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No point of crying now. You reap what you sow on this earth, man.
Right, sir. And everybody else on the playground, so like everybody else on the playground, they happy that he got beat up.
Right.
Everybody that got beat up by him, when he gets beat up, everybody else they rejoice. That's the children of Israel.
Damn right, man. Damn right, man. They waiting for that day. They're like, damn, when is somebody gonna knock this nigga the fuck out? You know what I mean? They waiting for that day. And the day is finally happening, man. All right, so we'll read that article real quick. Offside is out. If you can hear me. I don't think you can hear me. But y'all see what the article says. I see it. Right? After decades of struggle in Israel, dozens of African Hebrew Israelites. Now, of course, they're going to throw that African in front of it. Right? But no, they're not African. Right? They come from the bloodline of the 12 tribes of Israel. They came from America. Right? They're facing a mass deportation off of their own land that they established. And the hypocrisy of it is, at one point, Israel was calling for all the scattered of the flock of Israel to come back to their homeland. And they end up doing a whole operation behind it, right? I don't know if you could too, offside to Zab, you can pull up Operation Moses. Right? They did a whole operation behind bringing back the quote unquote Jews, bringing back the chosen people of God. So what they did is got 737 jet planes, right? Them big old commercial airplanes, and flew them out to places like Ethiopia, southern parts of Asia. They went everywhere on this earth, but guess what? One place they did is stop that. The ghetto. They for sure ain't stopped there. You get what I'm saying? And they packed their planes up with Ethiopians, packed their planes up with Asians, and flew them back to Israel and gave them quote unquote rights and citizenship to that land. But when we went on there, not because y'all came and got us, But because we read the scriptures and understand that land belongs to us, but when we got there, now we're faced with deportation. We're the only ones faced with deportation. All right? We the only one that gets criminalized for being on that land. We the only ones that get penalized for being on that land. Meanwhile, y'all was inviting everybody in. I thought it was open city. I thought we all was welcome. Comes to find out, we're not.
So like, you hear me?
Faintly. It's a little low. I don't know if your mic is like far away from you.
Nah, it's pretty close. You can hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you way better now.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, you want me to read more on this article? You want me to get the other thing?
Yeah, if you could read more in that article real quick, and then we'll grab the other thing.
Come on. It says Dimona, Israel, AP. For 2 years, Tovit, Israel, and dozens of the residents of the village of peace have lived in fear. Dimona, a city on the edge of the nation of Israel's Negev desert, has been her home for 24 years.
24 years. That's all she known all her life. Read on.
Come. Her 8 children were born here, and
Damn.
no other country.
Bad, living like a bug. But yeah, they should have natural citizenship, should they not? If they're born there. All right, read on. My bad.
No, sir. Come. Her 8 children were born here and no other country. Now she and 130 other undocumented members of the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem face deportation.
Now, while this was going on, was the Palestinians say free those Hebrew Israelites? Were there protests in the streets of Gaza of helping these people from being deported off of the land? None of that was going on. Nobody was in support of them and what they established for over 20 years. They even have children that's naturally born on that land. Everybody turned the other eye. Everybody looked the other way. That's all they did. Nobody was concerned about what was going on. Now they run the risk of finding another land to live on that they're not even familiar with. Getting kicked out of their home. Well, guess what, man? What goes around, y'all finish it. Y'all know the rest. What goes around comes back around. God damn it. All right. You trying to deport and kick God's people off the land. Now, of course, we shouldn't be trying to go over there and, establish something amongst the white man. But please get the point of what I'm talking about. Right? The point of what I'm speaking on is that God's chosen people is left with no defense. Don't nobody stand up for us when we are in trouble. And don't nobody consider us as God's chosen people. But yet we are supposed to feel sorry for everybody else. The hell with that, right? You can put an Operation of Moses real quick.
Come.
And then if you could, Officer Kanai, if you can finish what you was reading. You got me on mute, Officer Kanai, if you're reading.
Oh, sir, Shalaki.
All right.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Right. You can drop that right there. Let me get Isaiah 43 and 3. All right. Was that the Operation of Moses right there?
Come on.
All right. What that say, Warren?
Operation Moses was the covert evacuation of Ethiopian Jews,
Mm.
known as the Beta Israel community, or Falashas, from Sudan during a civil war that caused a famine in 1984.
And when?
1984.
1984 is when they got them damn Ethiopians.
Hmm.
got them out there after they was in trouble. They was in trouble, you know what I'm saying? They had a war, a famine, and the Jewish man came over there and scooped them up and brought them back to Israel. But nigga, we've been in slavery for over 400 years. I still have not yet seen no commercial plane come land in the ghetto to scoop us up.
If I could,
Go ahead, soldier.
like, yeah, this is a heavy point because they'll graft the Ethiopians in as Jews, right? Like they'll consider them to be Jews, but the real Israelites cannot be Jews according to them. Like
God forbid a
Ethiopians, they
nigga
get
be
a
a
pass.
Jew.
Yeah, God forbid a nigga be a Jew or a black man.
Black. Oh my bad. I can't
Hispanic
even.
man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My bad.
Nah,
You can finish out what you say. My bad.
No, I mean that's it. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like that should let you know who the real Jew is. You know what I mean? Like the scriptures say, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, but they are not, but they're the synagogue of Satan. You know what I'm saying? Like that lets you know who the synagogue is Satan. The Ethiopians right along with them. If you go into the Bible, it says ye Ethiopians shall be slain by the sword. It's like straight up.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, straight up. It's right in the Bible. Right there. We ain't making this up. You know what I mean? This is why we should not care about the Palestinian liberation or the establishment of the Jewish state. Right? We should not care about this as a people of wanting to get involved. Right? We have things that our own issues that we have to address first. We have things that we have to take care of first. Right? And I asked MXXII, the brother that was in the chat, or still, I don't know who the hell it was, right? Or Palestinian. I hope he was Palestinian. You know what I mean? But I asked him. I asked this person, how do we get the liberation of Palestine? How do we do it? How do we get peace in the Middle East? How do we establish this? Well, I'm here to tell you the only way it could be established if you put Negroes in charge of that region. If you put the most loving, kind-hearted, compassionate people in that region, guess what? There will be peace on earth. Don't nobody else on earth know how to establish peace but black people. You put us in charge, right? And make us your master and make us dictate what you say and do and act on this land. Guess what? You will find peace in the Middle East. Until then, there will never be peace.
Right.
Never. You got two cavemen, brute beasts fighting each other. You think they're going to stop? All they know is murder. You think they're going to stop? Right? This killing is going to go on until they both wipe each other out. And from there, those people that was deported, those quote-unquote African Hebrew Israelites, they're going to ease right on through, right? And the Israelites of America, and that scattered abroad in the four corners of the earth, is going to ease right on through, right? And claim rightful ownership of that land that belongs to them. Right? You got that, Isaiah? All right, you go ahead. I'll let who's that? Young man Lewis.
Khan, sir.
All right, you go ahead and read words.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 43, verse 3. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior.
Thy what?
Thy Savior.
Thy Savior, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. We need salvation. We the ones that truly need salvation. Those Mexican children are still locked in cages. I don't know if y'all know that. They still locked in cages. Who is standing up for them? Y'all don't forgot about them being concerned with what's going on in Palestine. But yet the Palestinians ain't never stopped of what they had going on in efforts of helping those Mexican children. All right? Because we need salvation. This is what we had to endure and experience for over 400 years. It's only happening to them for what, 60 years? What they're going through right now, we went through it for 400 years and still going through it to this day. What 60 years can do, right? Just take your little 60 years and move on. But 400 years is a long time. And we ain't never strapped a bomb and, got on paraglides and attacked nobody. Because our hope and our salvation is found in the Most High God of this Bible. Right? Read on.
I gave Egypt for thy ransom.
For thy what?
Ethiopia for thy ransom.
What is a ransom? Can anybody tell me what a ransom is?
So like,
go ahead.
Like a reward or a payment.
Okay, you're on it. A payment.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead. Oh, unless if you want to continue to elaborate, boy.
Like I was gonna say, like a like a trade-off. Like,
okay, you get closer. There you go.
Yeah.
A trade-off. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, what you were gonna say something different, young man Lewis?
Sluggis, I was gonna say almost.
Ooh, that connection is horrible, boy. Okay, you cut off. But yeah, outside desire is basically on it. All right?
Sluggis.
Oh, go ahead.
Sluggis, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Almost like when you hold someone in ransom until their debt has been paid off.
That's a good definition as well. All right. If you could, outside desire, can you pull the exact definition on Google?
Come.
All right, throughout the word. All right. So y'all saying basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? Not saying exactly, what a ransom is. And the Lord said he did that for us unto the other nations. Right? And let's get the definition of what ransom is. Egypt was a great nation, a powerful nation. It was so advanced at its time. I mean, nobody was more wealthy than Egypt in its time. They had all the gold. They even had gold for their foot toes. Did y'all ever seen that? They had sandals with golden foot caps that you put on your foot toes. Like, that's wild. That's wild, man. You know what I mean? Golden fingertips and all that. That's crazy. That means you got to be real wealthy to be, just be expendable with gold like that. All right. Well, what that definition say?
It says a sum of money or other payment demanded or paid for the release of a prisoner.
For the release of what?
Of a prisoner.
For the release of a prisoner. So the Lord said he gave Egypt, this powerful and great country, as a ransom for his chosen people, Israel. You get what I'm saying? Like, he used Egypt as a ransom. Like, how am I going to get Israelites free? Because we are the prisoners. We the slaves. You know how he got them free? By getting rid of Egypt. You get what I'm saying? In exchange for our freedom, he got rid of Egypt. God is willing to give up other nations for the sake of his people. for the
Right.
freedom and the liberation of his people, guess what? He'll get rid of the Palestinians. He'll get rid of the Jewish man. He's like, oh well, get rid of them. Oh well, you know what I mean? It's another loss on his earth. Oh well. If that means that black people can be free again, if we can come back to who we are in our homeland, and if that's what it takes, then guess what? The Lord will do it. Because the Lord see y'all as a drop of a bucket, as spittle.
Right.
This ransom money. That's all. Right? Read on.
Ethiopia and Sheba
What other
for
countries?
thee. Ethiopia and Sheba for thee.
Guess what? You Ethiopians too. God is willing to exchange your life for the life of Israelites. God is willing to exchange who you are as a ransom to free the Israelites. That's the God that we serve. You know what I'm saying? Because God is not for everybody. Salvation is for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because we are the chosen people of God. Right? Read on.
Verse 4, since thou was precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee.
I have what?
I have loved thee.
You know what that's called? You know what's going on in the Middle East between Palestine and Israel, and what's going on in Russia and against the Ukrainians, and what else? All the conflict that's going on across the earth. You know what that's called?
Shalaki, sir.
Go ahead.
The Lord has loved. The Lord loves us.
He loves us. That's love. That's love. For a hospital to blow up is love.
Right.
Oh, no, that's crazy. That's crazy to say, ain't it? I know it's hard to hear. And understand, I can understand that any loss of life is hard to bear as a human being. I can understand that. But for the love of Negroes, for the love of black people, and for the love of Hispanics that's in the border, in the cages, and for the love of Native Indians that's in the reservations, God is willing to let that happen. God is willing to let the lives of Palestinians and Jewish people be lost if it means that Native Indians can get off the reservation again.
Right.
If it means that a black man can stop smoking crack and look at what's going on the news and be like, hey, I got to change my life, God would do it. He'll bomb a few. You know what I'm saying? Because this conflict is being orchestrated by God. By the hands of God, this is happening. He's putting the pieces together for a Palestinian to hate a Jew and for a Jew to hate a Palestinian. And here's the thing, black man, they both hate your guts.
Right.
So why should I care if God doesn't care? All right? Any more on that?
Counsel. Therefore I will give men to thee. Therefore I will give men for thee, and people for thy life.
Right. That's what the God would do. God said, I will give men for thee and people for thy life. I'll get rid of Israel. I'll get rid of that. Ethiopia, they gone. Consider them gone. All right, Sudan, Sheba, out of here. Whoever they is. Whoever it is outside of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, God will easily do away with them just so we can be his chosen again. And this is what you're witnessing right now in the Middle East in 2023. Best believe that this will escalate. There is no ceasefire. There's no more negotiation deals. There's no peace treaties. There's no way that this conflict will stop in the Middle East. This is like a fire that has been lit in a forest. There's no way you can put this out. This is gonna spread and spread and spread till everything is burning. Because the line has been crossed for far too long. There's no way you can pull it back. Not in this day and age, right? You think the white man, you think he has to work hard to kill thousands of people? That nigga is sitting behind a desk, press a button, and thousands of y'all are wiped out. At his leisure, he can put people to death. So what makes you think he would want to stop doing that, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's so easy to do, why would I want to stop? I'll keep on doing it until all of y'all get off of that strip, right? And that's the mindset of your oppressor. He never knows when it's enough. But guess what? God is going to harden their heart and push them and push them and push them until they wipe themselves out. You know why? Because God loves Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and he don't love Palestinians. He don't love Jewish people. I'm telling you the truth. All right, can we get that real quick in Revelations 2:9 that you quoted, Itazar?
Okay.
Or if somebody else can grab that and they can go ahead and read. And any precept your brothers want to bring out, y'all can go ahead and bring out.
I got it. Oh.
All right. Real quick, what time is it? If I may.
8:45.
8:45. All right. You got it, War.
I could pull a World War III preset real quick, sir.
What you got, Soda?
I got Isaiah chapter 66, verse 14 and 15.
What that say?
It say, and when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herd. And the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies. Verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Well, with what?
With flames of fire.
When a missile explodes on a building, what do you see? What happens?
Flames of fire.
Flames of fire. All right. God is constructing this war. And he's judging them with fire. Fire from where? Fire from the missiles. Fire from the warheads. Fire from the Predator drones. From all the bombs that's being dropped, God is orchestrating all of that. And they're going to be pushed out of that region so the real inhabitants could be moved in. Right? Any more on that?
Yeah, it's a little bit more, verse 16.
All right, what that say real quick?
It say, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. That sounds like war. Sounds like a battle, a fight. That's what it sounds like. And do not the scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war?
Okay.
But what is the casualty of war? The casualty of war is death. That's what that's what comes with war. Death, murder, and destruction. And that's what you're gonna see take place on this earth as this World War III starts to escalate. Because best believe that it's already begun. You're in World War III right now. Watch when it escalates. Watch when more countries get involved. Then what you gonna say then? Better get yourself right now. Now is the time. Right? You got that real quick?
Okay.
Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 2 and 9. Chapter 2, verse 9. It's like it. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
The Lord said he knows the works, the tribulations, the poverty of God's true chosen people, right? So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He see our suffering. Out of all the suffering on this earth that's being taken place right now, that everybody's trying to put themselves on the forefront of, God is only focused on the suffering of his people. That's the only suffering that he cares about. And he sees us in poverty and he sees us in hell, but he knows we're rich. And what makes us rich?
So
Is it the wealth? Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Our inheritance. You know what I'm saying? We are the children of Israel. We're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
There you go, brother. There you go. The blood that flows through our vein is what makes us rich. You know what I mean? These other nations, they're not the chosen people of God. The Jewish man is not the chosen people of God because they're not in a state of poverty or suffering. Right? They depend on what they see in front of them. That's what they count themselves rich off of. All right? But even in the ghetto, we still are able to make the world go round. At the bottom, we maintain the earth. We add flavor to the earth. Ain't nothing can be successful without a black man being involved, without a Hispanic man being involved, a Native Indian man. You know why? Because the blood that flows through your vein, man, is like nobody else. Right? Read on.
Come. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
With them that say that what?
That say they are Jews.
Read on.
And are not.
All right. God said he knows the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. Right? We are known as what? For the most part. Black people in America is known as what?
Negroes.
African American. All right? Or Haitian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican. Don't nobody consider you God's chosen. You're not known on this earth as a Jew. Right? But there is but one people that establish themselves so that the whole world may know that they are the Jews. So much so that they went over there and kicked whoever they need to kick that went to war, getting funded by billions to establish their state of being known as Jews. Well, guess what? God considered those people not the real Jews. They are not. They are lying against God. They're lying against God's chosen people. It is a lie, a blasphemy. Read on.
Come. But are the synagogue of Satan.
Listen, y'all get mad at us when we call the white man the devil. The Bible just called him the devil. This is where we get it from. You get what I'm saying? We get it from the Bible. The Bible says he's the synagogue of what?
Satan.
He's the devil. That's what's going on. Now, is it because the color of his skin? Is it because he has blonde hair and blue eyes? No. It's because what we just read about, the article we just read about, he only does what a devil does. Only a devil will stuff people in a cage and separate children from their moms and their fathers. Only a devil would do something like that. Only a devil will force you against your will to work strenuous hours and do grievous labors until you pass out and die, and to turn around and give you nothing in return. Only a devil would do something like that. All right. And this devil, the so-called Jewish man, white man, Arab man, Palestinian man, whoever man he may be, is guilty of all of that. They funded the slave ships. They built the slave ships. They insured the slaves as well, too.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Ye Ethiopians also.
Shit. How could I forget about this? Salakia. The water warrior. You Ethiopians as well. Beta Israel, that's what they call them?
Yeah.
Beta.
That's crazy.
Like, y'all just try to give so many so many like sub titles of Shalom Yabba. What's going on with you?
No, yeah, about Shimmy Shabrak.
Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah,
Shalom,
so
sir.
You back in Florida, huh?
Low key, not yet though, not yet.
Oh
Oh
snap.
shoot.
It's a wrap, dude. Listen. Yeah, right, man. Most High Christ. Good to have you on, Warrior.
I got about a good hour to, talk some stuff with y'all brothers.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Anytime you welcome too. You know what I'm saying? Anytime. Damn right, man.
Oh, Salaki, if I could, you gonna roll
Go
over
ahead.
into the War as Usual show?
Ain't that what this
Oh,
is?
no, I was gonna end.
Oh,
What
nah.
time is it now?
Nah, this is a class. We almost done. It's 8:56, sir.
Oh,
Okay,
Salah.
okay.
I just finished my class. I thought y'all were doing it. It's a lot.
Oh, he trying to hop into the
Hey, but
Warriors.
you got a Bostonian in here, a Rhode Islander in here, Lewis.
Oh, what's going on to my brother?
Hold on.
Hey, Shalom, sir. Yabashim Shabrak.
Y'all about y'all Shabrak third. Yeah, but I just finished class. Salaki. I didn't mean to interrupt y'all class.
Nah, you good, Warrior. Now we're gonna start the War as usual at 9:30.
Oh, 9:30, I'll be on then.
All right. I'll see you there.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ, Warrior.
Hey, Shalom.
All right. You know what I mean? So let me get one more verse before we close it out. Give me where, is when Christ said, to the days of the Gentiles be fulfilled. The days of the Gentiles be fulfilled. When he was talking about us getting kicked out of the land, he said, go to the mountains.
Is it in Luke?
It's in the New Testament.
I think it's
one of the
Luke
Gospels.
21 and 24.
Is where?
I'm finna see if this shit right here, Luke 21 and 24.
All right. Even Christ talked about what's going on.
I got it, sir.
All right. You can say what is that one more time?
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 24.
If I could.
Con, go ahead.
I would say start at 21, but you might want to read at least 23.
Start at 21?
Okay.
22. But I mean, if you got time, sir. If not, then you can just start at 24.
Okay, I think the context will be needed. If you could start at 20, I think that would be.
God. This the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
Right. So in this time, when Christ is saying this, guess who occupied that land?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Was it the Romans, right?
Right. The Romans. Right. In the land of Judea, which belonged to the Jews, the Romans had occupation within that land, meaning they paid tribute unto Caesar. Right. They had to recognize Caesar as their head, recognize the Romans as first-class citizens, and their own as second-class citizens. Right. Don't that sound very similar to today?
Okay.
All right.
Con.
Our people is occupied in a land that don't even belong to us. Right. At least when Christ was saying this, right, they was in their land. We was in Israel. We was as Jews in Israel. But he's prophesying of what was going to come to pass to the true chosen people of God, the people who really belong to that land. Right? Read on.
Come. Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Right. These armies, these Romans, these other nations are going to come around you and surround you with their armies. Right? Read on.
Come, verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Right. This is what our people did. Those that's in this land flee to the mountains. Right. What point of history did this happen?
Wasn't it around like 70 AD?
70 AD. Right. In Babylon, Timbuktu will tell you that our people fled where?
To Egypt.
Right. We fled into Africa. What it said, over 1 million Jews, black Jews, fled into Africa. Right? Read on.
Come. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
Mm-hmm.
And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Right. So we were told to evacuate, get up out of there. Right? Because these people are coming to take your land. Right? They come in to take the land out of the hands of black people, who's the rightful owners of that land. Christ is forewarning his people. Christ, being a black man, warned his people, the black people, of what's going to happen. And this is what you have today. Two groups of people on a landmass that don't belong to neither one of them. Right? Read on.
Come, verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Right, like it's written in Deuteronomy 28. This is what's going to happen. And in the time of Christ, before it happened, thousands of years before it happened, up till today, Christ prophesied about it. Right? Read on.
Come, verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Right. If you read the book of Josephus, it tell you how we had to hide in catacombs, live underground, live in caves. Right. And the people that remained in the land of Judea and that didn't listen to what Yahushua said, they were starved out. So much so that some of us was eating our own children. You get what I'm saying? That's how starved out we became. Right? All in hopes that these other nations can steal this land from us. That's why they did that. They pushed us to the point to even wanting to eat our own babies so they can run and control this region. You think God forgot about that? Right? Read on.
For there shall be great distress in the land.
In what land?
You said what, sir?
You said, and what? You can read that one more time.
Come. For there shall be great distress in the land.
In what?
In the land.
In the land of Israel. Right? Read on.
And wrath upon this people.
Right. Christ was born in the true habitants of that land, telling us what's going to happen. Read on.
Verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Right. This did not happen to the Jewish man. This ain't happened to him. We fit what's being talked about. And Christ is speaking to a specific people. Not everybody can relate to this. Because Christ was only for his people. His people, he's letting them know that they're going to be scattered amongst all nations in slavery. All right? This is what happened to us when we left that land, when we left the land of Israel. Read on.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the Gentiles. Read on.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
What does that mean? Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Right? It's going to be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Somebody said Salaki.
Would it be Salaki, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be like the Gentiles? The Gentiles in this scripture, right, is the oppressors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would it be they would possess the land until the time where Christ returned and take the land back?
Get a brother ahead. You know what I mean? That's basically what it's talking about, right? Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. It just was a portion of time they was allowed to stay in that region. right? And listen, even by them being in that region, it wasn't no, good, a good experience for them, right? They still got a high rate of skin cancer, right?
Right.
They're getting bombed and attacked by everybody on earth, right? Of course, they have a better leisure than we do. You know what I mean? But they're not the original habitants of that land because they are the Gentiles. The word Gentile means stranger, right? And these strangers, right, within this context, is talking about the other nations came into our land and forced us out. And Christ prophesied about this thousands of years ago. This is not talking about the Palestinian man, nor it's talking about the Jewish man. But this can only fit but one people, and that's so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We the only ones that don't know our tradition prior to slavery, our heritage, our culture prior to slavery. We the only peoples that don't know. Meanwhile, Jewish people feel justified attacking Palestinians because they hold on to that landmass as a years old tradition. They hold on to who they are as Jewish people and say we've been through all type of persecution. Enough is enough because of something that happened thousands of years ago. They're trying to claim fame to the name of Israel, to this book, when this book does not even belong to them. But our people, black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people, cannot even hold on to the little bit that we have. Not even could we even go out and research what happened to us thousands of years ago and wanting justice for that. So guess what? You know what God is going to do? He's going to wipe both of them out.
Right.
Say bye-bye to Israel as you know it. Right? Nearest Jewish man you find, give him a great big hug. Because that's going to be the last time you see this pepperoni hat behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. It's a dub. The time of the Gentile is finally being fulfilled, and our king is on his way back on his earth. All right. And with that, anything y'all brothers want to add?
Slug, sir.
Go ahead.
So like I said, I just wanted to say with the Jewish man, I mean like they also had very big like the I think it's Suriname in South America and Bolivia. I mean like they were famous, the Jewish men, for having very big plantations out there, in especially like Suriname, the country Suriname. It's like between it's somewhere there in South America where they were very famous for having very big plantations out there and having us enslaved.
Look at that. Their hands dirty too. And
Right.
that made me think of a 1.2. That was heavy what you said. And I appreciate for sharing that information. That makes me think of this one heavy point as well at camp. When a black man said that we should support Palestine because they understand our struggle. Right? Because what we've been through and being oppressed and what they're currently going through and being oppressed, we should understand it and be willing to support the Palestinians. I'm here to tell you what the black men been through is far different and far greater and far worse than what any Palestinian has ever been through, including a Jewish man at that. Right? None of them ever been into slavery and working in the cotton field and working in the sugarcane field, mining for whatever they need of minerals they need to mine for. None of them have been through that for 400 years. None of them. You know what I'm saying? So we should not support them just because they're being oppressed when we're still being oppressed. Right? We're not tied together just because oppression. Right? We're
Right.
tied together with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians because what flows through our veins.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We are family, blood family. And I got to take care of my family before I care about anybody else that's suffering. Because my people is still suffering. So call Iran, call Lebanon. Maybe they'll help. I hope they do. So all of y'all can get wiped out. All right. Anything else? Anybody else want to add? With that, man, we're gonna end it. Oh, sis, go ahead. You got it.
Salakia, sir, what you say is so heavy with because of the blood that flow between in our veins. What you're saying is happening right now to me. There's a Dominican brother here, but the brother cannot speak English. He cannot speak English, but we speak to each other, which is crazy.
God, you kind of broke up a little. Go ahead.
Salaki, so what you say is because the blood, because of our, our bloodline. Even though there's a Dominican brother here. He cannot speak English, but me and him, we speak the most. We play dominoes, we eat together. I don't know why, but we just hang out together. We fish together. But
That's
we
what's
try and
up.
figure it out. But sometimes I gotta go into sign language. But between the two of us, we just enjoy each other's company so much.
Most High Christ, damn right. You know what I mean? Because you feel the connection. Like this is kin right here. This is family, right? You can't do that with nobody else on this earth, man. You know what I mean? They can't relate to who you are, right? Don't get blinded by this black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Don't let no political figure, no politician out there tell you have to support Palestine because they're being oppressed, or if you should stand with Israel if you're a good Christian. Both of them, God hate them. Don't give a damn about none of them and worry about your own, right? If I could, for time's sake, Lewis, man, I'm gonna let Itazab speak, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, sir. All right, so another class, excellent class. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, give it up for the teacher. Once again, it is Tuesday night, so we're about to roll over into the war as usual room. You know what I'm saying? The war room. All right. Make sure you go over to War as Usual on YouTube. No spaces. Type in War as Usual. No spaces. It'll pop right up. Hit that subscribe button, as well as follow our Instagram and Facebook at War as Usual. All right. So we're gonna see y'all over there. We're gonna, have a great. We hope to have a great discussion. Once again, if you want to join the live, you can hit the StreamYard in the comments. As long as you have your camera and your microphone ready. All right. That's it. Oh yeah, one more thing too. You know what I'm saying? Start preparing for the Passover. It's coming up real soon. You know what I'm saying? April 20th. Also start preparing for the Florida cookout coming soon. You know what I mean? Right now, the next cookout is the California cookout, which will be I think 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. About 2 weeks from now, California cookout.
Time to flying by, boy.
Yeah.
When the Florida cookout is, sir?
It's in December. December 24th is the day of the cookout.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right, man. So Lord allow we see y'all there. With that, man. Lewis, if you could post your Cash App.
Sir.
You're the winner. You're this week's winner. Most High in Christ, man. New set of questions will be presented. Make sure y'all study in the Bible. All right, Cash App so I can end the live real quick.
Sir. So I'll just send it to you on Facebook.
All right, yeah, there's no sweat.
All right, sir.
All right, the water way. All right, then Akim. Warak Wathian. Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
All right, shalom.